I don't think it has ever been more obvious that some things need to change for the Baltimore Ravens. And as much as you or me may hope that some things might change in this coaching staff, I'm just going to tell you this right now. Nothing's changing with them, at least to the end of this season. What we're going to talk about today is things that they can make, changes they can make personnel-wise on the offensive and defensive sides of the ball, because after the start to this season, everything needs to be under a microscope. You are 1-5. You've scored 13 points in your last 2 games. Yeah, you don't have Lamar Jackson, but I still believe with Zay Flowers, Derrick Henry, DeAndre Hopkins, Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, Rashad Bateman, you should be able to muster up more than just 6.5 points a game. Your defense, 380.8 yards given up per game, which is 29th best, or 4th worst in the National Football League, and your pass block grade of 53.7. Everything needs to be looked at. And now we know already on the defensive side of the football, they've been open to making changes. Alohi Gilman was traded for last Tuesday. C.J. Gardner-Johnson was signed last Tuesday. Now, he was released just yesterday, but still, the fact that they made both of these moves showed me that they knew something needed to happen on the defensive side of the football, and they did it. I believe that more changes are on the horizon for this defense. They're not just going to stop at trading for Alohi Gilman. They're not just going to stop at signing and then releasing C.J. Gardner-Johnson 1 week later. But I believe that more imminently, or maybe sooner, some changes are going to happen with the offensive line. Those are the major changes that we're going to be talking about on today's show, because this isn't just speculation. This isn't just something I am pulling out of my rear end. This is something that John Harbaugh talked about on Monday. He said that everything is on the table when it comes to offensive line changes. In my opinion, that means trades. That means maybe some switching around, who's starting and who's starting where. So coming up next, I'm going to tell you about some internal and external possibilities for this Ravens offensive line, how it might look different after this bye week. Before I get there, though, did you know that only 1.8% of YouTube channels in the history of this platform reach 40,000 subscribers? We're only 800 subs away from getting there. We'll be making history, and I need you guys to help me cross that finish line. 800 subs away to 40K would be our biggest milestone yet, and I need you guys to subscribe to the channel so that way we can get there even faster. In return, you get a daily video. Most days, 2 videos a day. We go live for every single game day. This is the best place to be for constant updates on your favorite team. If you love the Ravens, you'll love the Ravens Rundown. So what we know for sure, as of right now, John Harbaugh is open to offensive line changes. John Harbaugh and Eric DeCosta, seemingly, are open to offensive line changes. So what changes? Well, hopefully there are some changes on the interior with our main man, and I say that as sarcastically as I possibly can. One, Mr. Daniel Faalele, who has been horrible. Don't believe me? Well, look at this. I mean, every single week, this one's against the Ram games, he does something that makes you just scratch your head. Just constant missing of blocks, which leads to guys making the tackle. Constant just falling down, laying on the ground. Here you see he's taking a nap, and Jared Verse makes a tackle. This is goal line. Guess who's laying on the floor? Oh, yeah, it's Daniel Faalele again. This is a flashback to the Chiefs game. Daniel Faalele has nowhere to go, nowhere to be. So he says, you know what, I'm going to help out Tyler Linderbaum. But instead of blocking the guy Tyler Linderbaum is blocking, he hits Tyler Linderbaum, freeing that guy up to go make the tackle. This is week 1. Just absolutely getting bullied. Every single game he gets bullied. And if he's not getting bullied, well, then he's running around in circles trying to figure out who to block. He's looking to his left there. Then now he looks to his right. And then he's just going to end up not knowing where to go. And, of course, Lamar Jackson gets sacked because of it. We've talked all season long. Actually, scratch that. We've talked all off-season long about Daniel Faalele, that he is not good enough to play in the National Football League. And I even said yesterday or Monday, he is basically unplayable. You cannot play him on your team because game after game, day after day, week after week, he is making these mistakes that are leading to massive plays for the defense. Sacks, tackles, when the running back has a massive hole, but then a linebacker comes out of nowhere. Guess who's supposed to block him? That's right, Daniel Faalele. So I said we're going to start with internal options. That's where we will. You got two, Ben Cleveland or Emery Jones Jr. In my opinion, those are the two guys that you need to look at, that you need to lean on if you're looking to replace Daniel Faalele within what you already have in the organization. Okay? Let's start talking a little bit about Ben Cleveland. Okay? My plan as of right now is Cleveland for the next few weeks and then go to Emery Jones. But I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't necessarily know how I feel about Ben Cleveland because I think about it and I look at it and I'm like, if Ben Cleveland was just far and away a better football player than Emery Jones Jr., it feels to me that he'd be playing right now. But he's not. And I feel like there is a reason for that. Daniel Faalele must be, in the coach's eyes, better than Ben Cleveland. Or else, at least right now, by the end of week 6, we would see a change happen. However, I've seen enough for the first 6 weeks of the season. Whether you believe, whether you see it in practice or not, Ben Cleveland being better or worse than Daniel Faalele has got me at my wit's end. When it comes to Cleveland, I would just throw him out there for the game against the Bears. Just see what happens. Because it can't get much worse than what you've gotten with Faalele. What's he going to do? Just fall on the ground more than Daniel Faalele? That seems almost impossible. What's he going to do? Maybe get half a finger on a linebacker instead of a full just palm on a linebacker? That choice is easy, in my opinion. Just trot out Ben Cleveland and see if something gets improved. When it comes to Emery Jones, it feels like it might just be a little bit too early. Okay? It's been a kind of roller coaster for Emery Jones Jr. over the past 7 months. There's been lots of ups, there's been lots of downs, and I just don't know if he's ready. He underwent shoulder surgery in March, a week after the combine. He was a non-participant in rookie minicamp. Then he was on the non-football injured list to start training camp. Then he was on the IR/non-football injury list to start the season on roster cutdown day. And his practice window just opened up on October 1st. And John Harbaugh even spoke about this on Monday as well. He said, we're trying to get him up to speed as quickly as we can, talking about Emery Jones. But he also mentioned that he hasn't even been able to do pass protection drills because of his shoulder recovery. So I see a lot of people saying, Joey, just throw Emery Jones out there. Guys, Emery Jones has barely even practiced in the National Football League. That shoulder surgery sidelined him for all of rookie minicamp. He was sidelined for all of training camp. He just opened up practice for the first time 13 days ago. And now you want to throw him out there for a game? He's not even able to rep pass protections because of that shoulder surgery. It just doesn't make sense to me. So like I said earlier, my plan when it comes to internal options, Cleveland for the next few weeks, and then after that, go on to Emery Jones Jr. if he's ready. But you need to get him up to speed first before you throw him out there when it comes to any game in the regular season. Who do you think starts at right guard against Chicago? Cleveland, Jones, or Faalele? Give me a B, C, E, J, or DF in the comment section down below. Weigh in with your answer. If you are John Harbaugh, if you're making the call, let me know who you call on against the Bears. Coming up next, external plans at offensive line. We told you about what the plans might be inside the building. Now we're going to look at the plans that could be outside the building. Before that, though, I got to tell you about our awesome friends over at Prize Picks. Get $50 in lineups. All you got to play is your first $5 lineup. That's it. That's the trade-off with our code CLNS. You and I make decisions every single day. But on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. So don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Prize Picks is the only app that offers stacks, meaning you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. Want to pick more on Lamar Jackson's pass yards, rush yards, and touchdowns? Now you can pick all of them in the same lineup only on Prize Picks. Follow other Prize Picks players directly on the app and copy their lineups in one click. Whether it's a friend, a celebrity partner, or just someone whose picks you like, hit the follow button and check out every lineup they create in the new feed tab on PrizePicks. No Ravens game this weekend, so I had to look at the game for my alma mater. Tennessee Volunteers, Alabama Crimson Tide, going to be an absolute barn burner. Give me the more on Chris Brazzell, 26.5-yard longest reception. Give me the more on Joey Aguilar, 233.5 pass yards. And maybe the Vols defense is going to step up. At least I hope so. Give me the less, 2.5 passing touchdowns for Ty Simpson. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. The link to this promo is in the comments and description of today's video. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. All righty, let's start looking at offensive line trade targets. Adam Schefter released an article the other day that outlined multiple trade targets, multiple guys he believes is on the trade block. Starting up first, we're going to talk about Kevin Zeitler. This one just makes way too much sense for Baltimore, given the fact that he was on the team that I think we believe has been this best Ravens team in the last decade or so. And then you let him walk away. And you never should have done that. He became a free agent after 2023, signed with the Detroit Lions, now with the Tennessee Titans. And the thing about the Tennessee Titans is we know they're going to be sellers. They're selling absolutely everything right now, including their own head coach. They're in a very, very weird spot with that franchise. And so they're looking to have just a whole fire sale on a lot of their talent. And part of that talent is our main man, Kevin. His PFF grade so far, 69.5 overall, pass blocking 72.7, run blocking 66.6, top 30 in every metric, top almost half of the league in pass blocking, or not top half of the league, 17th out of 109 guards when it comes to that pass blocking grade. He's still got it in the tank. I still believe he could fit right in the system because he's been here recently, and he seems like a wonderful, wonderful option over our man Daniel Faalele. You want the Ravens to trade for him? Show me by liking today's video. Hit that thumbs up button if you want to bring Kevin back to Baltimore. Show me down below. Up next, the next two guys we're going to talk about, both Cleveland Browns. We're going to knock them off one by one. Wyatt Teller and Joel Bitonio. Both offensive guards, both believed to be on the trade block by the Cleveland Browns because kind of similar to the Tennessee Titans. We know that they are in a decade of football where they are going to be sellers. Their first and foremost goal of the 2025 season is get as many draft picks, I feel like, for the 2026 NFL draft, so that way maybe in year 2 with Dylan Gabriel, they can finally start competing. So let's talk about Wyatt or Bitonio. Well, if you look at both of them, it favors Bitonio in a massive, massive way. Not just the cost. He would be less than half. More than half, than Wyatt Teller would cost, $812,000 only, and he's got better grades than Teller in every single category, overall, pass blocking, run blocking. The only thing that Wyatt Teller has over him is that he's 30 years old and Bitonio is 34, but you're not trading Bitonio to be the cornerstone of your offensive line. You're really just doing it for a one-year rental. And if that's the case, I'm going to do that in an absolute heartbeat. You need help on the offensive line. You need help in the interior. And you need help as quickly as you can get it. This is a guy who is truly plug and play in every sense of the word. And I would rather plug and play him over Daniel Faalele any day of the week. Pick one to trade for. Is it Zeitler, Teller, or Bitonio? You let me know in the comment section down below by typing their initials. I don't know what's going to happen over the next couple of weeks until the trade deadline. All I know is I feel something is going to happen. But I'm confident that right now, during the bye week, they're going to make some changes. Internally, externally, something's going to happen with this offensive line, and it is about dang time. Make sure you guys got me followed on social media, Twitter, Instagram, same handle for both of those. And make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Like I said off the top, only 1.8% of YouTube channels ever cross 40,000 subscribers. We're getting awfully close, and I need you guys to help me out by getting